Hey, everybody. Well, this is part 4. Yes, I did leave that open for now, but I can always close it if I choose. So, I don't know if this actually open. Okay, anyway, so I have, it's almost getting time for me to get down to where I have to do my exercise. Thank you for the thumbs up. Where I have to do my exercise before I relax for bed and do my meditation to calm down my nerves. But this is so cute. Hey, CG, look at. Oh, here we go. It's got one arm at least. I got to put on the other arm, and then both of the legs. I call them arms because they're up here like little arms. But isn't that adorable? And then I stuffed it today, as you can see where the hem seam is. Thank you. And then I put a little tail on it. I didn't stuff the tail, so it's just, that. But before I stuffed the bear, I did the belly and I did the tail. That way I had the open seam on the side. I had an open side seam. You want one now? You wanted to go with that infinity scarf? I'll make you one. It doesn't take that long to make one of these. Let's say if I started early in the morning on one of these, it would just take part of a day. There's a gnat in here. That's weird. It would only take part of a day to actually make a whole entire teddy bear. But it's just so darling. And I would be making different teddy bears for different people. And I just, I left the neck a little swingy. That way when the child handles this, he can cradle it however he wants it. And it's just that soft. And and then, this is totally washable. So like I said before, totally washable. So yeah, I gave it its little, here, I'll turn it this way since it has this little chubby belly, which if you wanted to switch that out, really, there, now it's got a little fluffy butt. It just depends on how you squish the little bear. It really does. Because the inside is total scrap yarn. The scraps of yarn I used for his mom's infinity scarf, that's that yarn here. Their friends neck warmer, same kind of yarn. The pink and purple with the yellow is from his sister's infinity scarves. Okay. Yeah, I would join you. You know that. I would join you. Hold on. I had sriracha in my food. I put fresh sriracha in my food. And I'm going to tell you what, sriracha is really good for you. As long as you eat it in little portions. And since you're on here, since you're on here, I can give you some, I don't want to say fat burner because I don't know. I don't want to offend anybody. I mean, I've been overweight myself and then I lost the weight. I told you this, CG. Eating spicy foods, even if you're diabetic, you can eat the spicy foods. You just have to watch out and stay away from the bready things with wheat. Wheat is a gluten. If you eat crackers, that's a gluten. No, that was not an orb. That was a piece of dust. Unless it was that gnat, then it was just a bug. Then also, you really have to watch some of your intakes of other things. Like I said, wheat glutens. A lot of people go gluten-free thinking that's going to help, but it's really the wheat that impacts you itself. People don't think about that kernel of wheat. And it's actually a kernel of wheat, but like a kernel of corn, it's a kernel of wheat. And you have to stay away from things with barley. Barley is a derivative of wheat. Alcohol, such as wine and beer and whiskeys and bourbons, are all made out of sugar. Got to stay away from that. Or drink a small amount. Small amount. You can't be having some big old cup. Or hitting back a bunch of cups. But yeah, wine is made from, well, not just fruit, but you get a lot of the sugar out of the fruit, but sugar is actually added in. But you really have to be careful with alcohol. But okay, so here's what I did was when I made the little arm here, I'm still going to call it an arm. I left the yarn on, and what I did was I just took it and stitched it, chain stitch through, just a simple chain stitch. And then when I do the other one or other ones, because like the little paw right there, it matches the belly, it matches the ears, and I should have enough of this yarn, which is the body and the arm here that you see, and enough of the white yarn to finish this off, which will be so great because it's so cute. I saw that. I have to go over and watch it. I made my dinner, which is why you see me drinking out of my coffee cup. Because my new doctor that's an internist, he said if my headache is one of those bad headaches of the day, go ahead and have a second cup of coffee to calm down the neurons in the brain so that I don't end up with a second seizure or another seizure or just a seizure. So, and then I've been so sweaty all day, and I've had my blanket on, but I had to take off my robe. What's for dinner? Okay. If you watched the video from earlier, Rocco from Roaming with Rocco was over here. He's been my friend for 8 years, and he's a military veteran. So he came over to spend some time with me yesterday. We just kicked back and had some fun. He bought some steak. I cooked. And I took what was left of my steak this morning, had to cut half of that piece of steak in half, and the rest of it I used to make myself a steak and sriracha omelet. Yeah, steak and sriracha omelet. Well, actually, there's fresh sriracha, fresh cracked pepper, okay, garlic, because I love my garlic, in here. And that's really it. And then whip it. But before that, I cut up the steak. As you could probably see, let's not have that fall off the plate here, though. I cut up the steak, threw that in the skillet. Now, I don't use oil. I use a cooking spray because oils can clog your arteries very quick. Oh, it is good. But like I said, sriracha is something that you commonly find in Asian foods. And I have made a lot of Asian foods lately. My friend Twit, and that's her real name. She's Asian. She's Vietnamese. And she's really cool. I told her what foods I was eating and how I was making them. And she's like, oh my gosh, you're making the Asian diet. that's why you see a lot of really fit Asian people, is because of their very strict diet. And so I stick with the rice noodles or the bean noodles because it doesn't trigger my allergy when I cook with them. And they're very easy to cook with. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. You're good. You're good. You know that. I know you had a power outage yesterday, so you're good. Yeah, sorry, not trying to be rude here and do a mukbang or mukbang, however you want to say that. Now I sound like you. But actually, this is, you know this, CG. This is all protein. I got a little bit of arthritis in my jaw acting up today. But like I said, this is just so darned adorable. But it's that time of the day. It's almost 5 o'clock. Yeah, I'm going to start like retraining my body because I'm under doctor's orders to retrain my body. There you go. Sorry. Had to crack it. It was a Kraken. But my gosh, let's see. Once I get this done and throw a few other things together. Protein is good. Yeah, it is. It is. And when I told my doctor my diet, he said that was the correct diet for me because of my fibromyalgia, which is why I'm having to do heat treatments. And that's why I have this. This is like a throw blanket. It's really long. And, but it's like one of those heated blankets like you saw back in the day. But that's how I do my heat treatments because he wanted me to get a hot pad anyway. So I figured, heck, this thing is good. And then, boy, is it ever. Boy, is it ever. So I think it's really helping to kick my metabolism to like, boom. I've been sweaty for the last couple of days. So I know my metabolism is trying to kick back into where it should be, like my thyroid medication, because I'm also a thyroid patient. And thyroid can also cause you to have diabetes. If they haven't told you that, it's because they're holding information back from you. Your thyroid. It's important to take care of because if your thyroid isn't working with your pituitary gland, aka the third eye, if it's not working correctly with that, there's something wrong because your thyroid can either make you too skinny or gain weight. Yeah, see, they don't tell people that. And then there's the deterioration of the disc that I have. So next month, they'll be checking to see how much more of my spine I'm missing. And which could be another reason why I'm having problems walking again. But you know what? I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep on trucking out there as long as I can and try to keep a positive attitude about it. Being as I was in a wheelchair for 5 years and have now been out of it for 10. Let's see, let me make a guesstimation. Not going back to one until I'm too old to breathe. It's okay. But as you see, I don't let it get me down. Yes, I may be fatigued, but I'm not going to let it get me down. My new doctor even asked me, "Are you depressed?" No, I could be, but you know what? I find things to keep myself busy, making things, doing things, my artwork. I'm like, I have hobbies. Hobbies are good. Um, and I consider my YouTube channel to be a hobby. I don't consider it to be a cash. There's a lot of people out there that are on YouTube for the money. And I'm only on here because, well, it's a hobby. YouTube is a hobby for me. I hope that doesn't hurt anybody's feelings out there. I know it doesn't hurt your feelings, CG. But YouTube is a hobby for me. I have reached out to some people, found a lot of good people, including yourself, CG. But, it's just a hobby. And I even said that in my very first videos, that this is a hobby. Even on the channel that I have no access to, I've even said it's just my hobby. Even though there's some videos over there that I can transfer over here, it's just a hobby. But it's to show like artwork, have a little chit chat about health, certain foods, maybe help somebody in their day. Yeah, right. But there are several times where I almost gave up. But you know what I was thinking? I'm like, you know what? People that leave from my channel, and this, people that leave and you go to their channel and watch a video, all of a sudden they come back to your channel and you all of a sudden have that person back. I'm just saying, there's your loyal people, and then there's the people out there that if you're not on their channel every time they post something, they're shady. You know what I mean. You know exactly what I mean, because there's just those people out there that just are not loyal to the channels that they came to and said, I came to your channel, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. And I know there's a 20-second delay in between. But I do know there's a second person in here watching. You can sound off, even though I do have a mod in here. CG is cool, people. Yeah, right? Like, I have gone into a few people's channels. All of a sudden, they came over and hit the red. And when I didn't go back over to theirs, they undid it. Hey, you see how I'm wording that? I'm avoiding the whole mess of how to say that. The whole mess of wording. Our YouTube vocabulary is very important. In fact, one of us should probably write a YouTube vocabulary book of the do's and don'ts for words you can and cannot say on YouTube. Hey, there's a hobby for one of us, CG. There you go. or somebody out there, right? I don't really care. Although there probably is a book. But I don't really care though. What I care about is, like if I live stream like this, like I said, the original reason to come in here is part 4 of the teddy bear, the cute little teddy bear. I know, right? We can hardly say anything anymore. It's like they're so restricted. I'll curse like a sailor on a given day, but they're so restricted. It's ridiculous. But like I said, actually I did, and it came out rather odd. It was one number, and then when they emailed me, it was a completely different number. So I'm wondering what's going on there. Did they have something mixed up? What's going on with your system there, YouTube? And then, like I try to inform people, it's really about the content that you put out. Like I said, this is the 4th one for this little bear, okay? The 4th one for this little bear. So it's content that matters. It's your content that matters, because that's what gets you the view. And that's what gets you the people. Excuse me. That's what gets you the people. And no, that sriracha is not too hot for me, because I had a big old bite of that and I just kept on eating it. But I will. But if I hit the thing on here, I don't do it on my device. But, like I said, content is what matters. Like your content. I go in and watch your mukbang, your mukbang, whatever you want to call it. Or, like when you have a little chit chat, or you have something for like a certain month, I go in there and I watch those. But a lot of people, not like us, like you and I both know, people have things to do in the day. And then other people will come back later on their own time and watch. And I think that there are some creators out there that just don't understand this. Number one, and I was about to do a video on this too. I probably should. People have things to do. Some of us, like you and I, we're taking care of our health right now. And that's very important. If you can't take care of your health, you can't take care of your channel. Very important. If you're worried more about your numbers than your content that you put out, then should you really be on YouTube? To me, I think about my content, and I know you think about this too. I think about my content that I'm going to put out rather than rushing a number. I mean, it totally makes sense, to think about your content that you're going to put out. People need to think about that. What content are they going to put out today? Like, you always plan yours. Like, you're going to church, you got that planned. Like, boom, you're right there. I eventually get to those, but like, really also think about this as well. If you have so many people in your group, right? And I'm going to word this certain ways. Okay, in your group. And because I'm not going to use the, let's see. Yeah, that word, and that's, if you know sign language, which not a lot of people do, that's an S in sign language. This is an E, that's an A, this is S. And look, see, I even taught you something. But if a lot of people in your group, as you say, in your or your family, for your channel, you know, if a lot of them are there, but they don't come in all the time, it's because they have something to do or they have something to handle. They will come along later if they're interested in what you post. Like I said, like this. Exactly. But here's the whole thing is, and you even know this, you if on your choice you wanted to do this, you can do a before video of like before you go into surgery, have one of your besties there with the phone or a family member, and then cue it back in when you tell them it's okay to. And then when you come home. Now, I've already seen something like that done on another channel where her husband got a similar surgery done, and it was because he was having health issues with his heart. And they live in Ecuador. So you gotta figure that's kind of pretty harsh place to want to get your surgery done is in Ecuador. Oh. But that's where they live. But I'm going to tell you right now, kicking it with Chris, her husband is managing to get through it, and he's doing an excellent job. He's minding what he eats. He showed on the first few days what he was allowed to eat. Even though he showed the stitches, they weren't gross. Because they cleaned up everything. But, they even showed after it healed. And he is really achieving his goal. So right there, his wife and his family is putting so much support out there for him. See, now I said support for something else, and that's for his health. People are doing that because they realize, hey, this is a person. They're putting this story out there, and they're getting a lot of people. Are you? That's good. That's my only way to check up on you. Make sure that you're okay. Other than Instagram. But, sorry, my sugars are a little low today. They shouldn't be, because it's probably because I've been sweaty all day. And like my estrogen levels are high today. It's menopause. Most women that are menopausal have low estrogen. Not me. Heck no. Got so much. I can loan some out. Kind of like, I'll pluck my hairs that are long hair because they get a little too long and I don't want to have that grandma beard. Like the lady I saw at the grocery store yesterday, I was like, like you'll see the ladies in the store and they have more chin hair than their husband. Like, sweetie, can't you go get that waxed? It's their hormones. They're not eating the right diet. They're not taking time for certain things to take care of their health. You're starving. What'd you plan on eating for dinner? I'm just eating protein and having attention from a teddy bear. Like when Rocco was here, I just had like the body and the head of it, like when I was doing the back. Because, like, look how well done the back of that is. Little fluffy tail. I had him sitting back here and had this sitting in the backpack that I carry my yarn in. And so it's like the face was staring at it until I took it out. But yeah, there's just a lot of foods that doctors don't inform people on. Might have a salad. See, now you're making me want a salad. I have to go get salad fixings this week then. Gonna put eggs on your salad. Eggs on your salad. That's good protein. Remember back in the day, I don't know if you remember this, when they said eggs were bad for us, and then now they say they're good for us and they're bad for us. Did they know? Do they really know? Maybe it's all that pesticide that they put on the food. Now the chemicals that they use to feed the animals. It's not what we're consuming, it's what they're giving them. Oh, good, you're eating eggs. I used to grow my own food. And a lot of times I would make my own clothes. Yes, I can sew. So as soon as I get like the parts for my antique sewing machine, oh, you're going to love this sewing machine, girl. Telling you. It's an antique electric Singer sewing machine. It's beautiful. It used to belong to Rocco's mom, but she was 92 years old when she passed away. Bless her. Sweet little thing with one tooth. Apparently his sisters didn't want it. So they let me have it because they know I like to sew and I haven't had a sewing machine in years. So as soon as I get the couple of parts that I need for it, then it's fully functionable again. It might need a little WD-40 on it. And yeah. I've been watching some sewing channels other than Coolerpa. I was going to type that and it wouldn't even let me type. Type that in and you find her channel. She is really good. She does thrifted transformations and she'll show you how to take in your clothes if they get too big. Like CG, you're going to need that. You're going to need that to save yourself some money. You're going to need to learn how to take those clothes in as you're losing that weight, girl. That way you save yourself some money. Take those old clothes and make them into something new. Let me tell you, I used to be a custom clothing designer, and I know how to make patterns as well. Okay. And speaking of patterns, there is another channel that I watch. I'll have to pull up these channels. Oh, yeah, but go to Annika Victoria. She's over in Australia. And hold on a minute. Somebody's giving me a message here. There is a third person in here. No, there was. Well, hey, Rock, if you were that third person in here. I'm going to see if Rocco was that third person and the second person in here. Look at that, Rocco. Are you the second person on my live stream? Oh, okay, well, I'm on live right now. Oh, you just came back from Chow Hall. Okay. Fu Manchu. You're funny. Uh-huh. What do you mean? I don't know what you're seeing. What kind of meds did they give you, Rock? I do not see that face in there. I do not see a Fu Manchu. Fu Manchu. I do not see a Fu Manchu in there. Well, you're on Kaleidoscope. Will you do that? Okay, will you do that? Okay. You can. Okay. You want me to show it on here if I'm still on? Okay. Okay. Oh, it's really easy to use. Oh my gosh. All right. All right. Anyway, that was hilarious. Rocco from Roaming with Rocco. He just called me. He's like, he could see a Fu Manchu going on in there. I don't see it. I don't see it. It's hilarious. Oh my gosh. He can crack you up on a given day. But anyway, yeah. Let me see. Then back to this part. Then there's another channel that shows the 1960s, 1970s clothing patterns. And gosh, I'm not from the 60s era, but I like this clothing style. It's just the finesse that, they had some classy stuff. It was just classy, I know not a lot of people are into that, but maybe it's just moi. I like a certain style of vintage clothing. I like the Victorian era of like the draped capes with the buttons. Very cute with the little flap collar. Very cute. Very easy to make in any size because it's almost like making a round skirt. It is. I ate some sriracha. Sorry, guys. Sriracha will clear out your sinuses. I'll tell you that. But CG, I will give you the link to those channels over on Insta if you don't mind. It makes it a little easier for you. That way you're not out there just always constantly having to search. Okay, I got a schnoz full. I'm so used to eating sriracha. Sometimes I will make chili and I want sriracha in my chili because it just tastes so good. You get the proteins off the beans, you get the vitamins off the beans, you have the protein in the meat. I use different kinds of meats sometimes to make my chili. But yeah, like I'm not going to be on here much longer. I'm actually about to end this because I need to finish my food and then finish this bear. So I really don't think Rocco's going to make it to draw whatever he was going to draw before I end this. Trying to give him a little time, but I don't think it's going to work. I'll show it to you guys in the next one. Anyway, like I said, the cute teddy bear. I wanted to show you guys that I have the body together and I put its tail on it, put a little detailing on his belly. The seam is on the side. It's obviously stuffed. I have one of its cute teddy bear arms on there. And the reason I'm doing these like this, so it's a little floppy, is because of the child. You know, he can just handle it however he wants to handle it. And like some little boys like to handle their toys like that. So that's basically why I'm doing that. So I was answering somebody. It's kind of funny. You know, but yeah, I think our content is very important. The other thing I was going to say is I'm trying to catch up on people's videos. Like I pop in and watch. We have so many people in our groups that, you know, like, how can we get to all that content? So I try to make time and I'm really trying to catch up. I don't want anybody to feel hurt. So I'm really trying to catch up. Not that I left anybody. I'm just trying to catch up. Like Sherry Ward, for instance, I was in one of her collaborations, one of her makeup collaborations. And that was last year. And like early in the morning when my leg cramps get really bad from my fibromyalgia, I will be in here very quietly watching Sherry's videos, trying to catch up on her stuff. Sorry for smacking my gums. But like I said, it's not like I've left anybody except for the pushy ones. I gotta go through this way soon. See, like, there, I got all my protein, clean plate. Heck yeah. The sriracha, like I said, is a fat burner. CG, if you want to know any more about things that help burn the cellulose and the stretches you can do, like Caitlin Kirkwood, I believe that's how you pronunciate her last name. Sorry, Caitlin, if I mispronunciated your last name, sweetie. She's snapping her body back into shape because she just had a little baby last year. He's so cute. Jackson is so cute. And she does a lot of stretches. Right now, I'm trying to just like force the arm, but I can only really take it about this high right now. because of the ribs and my muscles being really sore. But I'm going to work on getting that back to how I used to have it, which was really bulked. I used to have really bulked muscles. Hey, Lori. Like, there you go, Lori. That's what I'm working on. I got one of the little arms on there. What do you think so far? Now, CG, which her channel, Queen of Crazies, she asked for one. She's actually going to be going for a surgery soon. So, yeah, CG, of course. It'll help you through your surgery, girl. Because she has, some health choices to make. I'm not going to spill her stuff, but she's doing something for her health. See, I call her CG for a courageous girl because it's for her health. Bless her. But she asked me for one of these. She actually said she wanted one, so I said okay. And I'm not charging nobody for them. I just make them. Thank you. Sorry, you. Oh my gosh, the way you have. I got to catch up on your stuff. The way you have, and I have watched a couple of your videos, but I got to catch back up. Well, I can't say a couple. I watched a few, kind of like binge watch. And then I got to catch back up on that. I've been taking care of my fibromyalgia at the moment, my epilepsy, and my arthritis, and a lot of other stuff. But, making things like this, keeping my mind busy, trying to keep my mind off of the pain. Plus, I have heat therapy going on. I was too sweaty today, so I had to take off my long, comfy, fluffy robe, and that I had on in earlier's video. Oh, yeah, see, that's how it goes. We have too many people in our groups, and this is what I was saying. I'm pretty sure you'll agree with this. And I'm calling it groups instead of the to try to catch up on everything. Like, there's so many numbers. How are we going to do that? Like, we have to section that out. Okay, I caught up on these people's video. Can I come over here on this day and try to catch up on these people's video? And then another day, do the same thing. And then, is that how it's going to be? I figure it's my content that gets people to come over to my channel. And that's how it is for everybody. It is your content that gets you where you're going on your channel. My channel is only a hobby. And like I said, my channel is only a hobby, and I don't really care. It's only a hobby. Now, I did find a way to get rid of that annoying advertisement of, I don't even consider it advertiser friendly. About some of these ads that they put out on YouTube. First of all, I know it's false advertisement because they put clothing on these women that is like 1 or 2 sizes too small for them. Then they put them in a slimmer so that they can fit it. Like, we don't want to see those people's bra. They have one woman with like a scar down her belly. I don't want to be seeing grandma's scar belly. That's nasty. Nobody wants to see that. And I reached out to that company, right? And they're trying to get me to order. I'm not going to order. First of all, it's false advertisement. Secondly, it's not advertiser friendly here on YouTube. If we get monetized, How is it that those advertisements are allowed to be up? I don't think those advertisements should be up. So what I did, when you click on one little section to take care of like your ad area on what you really want to see for advertisement, adjust that. Get rid of those ones because I found that to be very helpful. And so like I no longer see that one because that was really annoying, but it's going to be somewhere else in social media. Like, do you really want to see a bunch of women like their shirts are all pulled up to here, right? Their shirts are pulled up to here so you can pretty much see their bra, or the ones that just plain don't have a shirt on and you can pretty much see their whole bra. And they're modeling it for you just in their bra. Hey, Rocco. Hey, Rocco. I can't get it. Bad signal out here. Oh, what do you mean you can't get it? Bad signal out there. Anyway, I know it's bad signal out there. But like, if we really want to get rid of those non-family friendly advertisements, and yes, Rock, his little arm is on there completed. Gotta be a little silly sometimes. And thank you for the second thumbs up. You guys are awesome. But you know, I think if we're going to be here on YouTube, like Rock's taking a break. Rocco is taking a break. He has personal things to do. Like I said, as soon as I get those pieces, Rock, what pieces is it that I need for that sewing machine again? You know this, other than the belt. Oh, Lori, his family gave me their mom's. Me on new channel. What do you mean that was you? I don't understand that. Oh, the thumbs up. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Well, here's something. This is how I also know that that may not be Rocco. Oops. He's one of my mods. Oops. Hey, Rock. What were we doing today? Should say, what'd you have this morning? It's kind of a trick question. It is. It's kind of a trick question. Mira, en café. Do we have? It's a good question because you see, Roaming with Rocco is one of my moderators. And if that can't be answered correctly, oops, because I'm about to call him. Well, Shankopotamus is not what we had for coffee. I said that earlier. I said coffee. What kind of coffee? It's a trick question. Only you would know. I'm waiting for the actual answer. What kind of coffee? You know there's a nickname for it. So if you can give me the nickname for what kind of coffee you had this morning, I know it's really you. Okay, Lori. So I now have one of my mods in here, Lori. It's okay, Lori. I'm just waiting for the proper answer from that person. Okay, he got the correct answer. Yes. That's the nickname. That is unless it took you forever to go back and watch a bunch of different videos and figure it out. This is slow. Probably on your end. Probably on your end. Because my other trick question would have been, where are you located? And I wouldn't want you to give me the town name. I would want you to give me a different town name near it. But, So anyway, I really came on here to show that I got this done right here and here, and got one little limb put on, the little hello put on. And for the first time making a stuffed animal, I actually think it's really cool. You can't do the picture thing. What do you mean? Well, we'll talk on the phone about why you can't do the picture thing. People here just don't need to know that. It's not their info. It's not for them to know. Anyway, I'll show you how to do that later, Rock. But anyway, I just want to show I have one little arm on here. I'm about to mellow myself out for bedtime. I did grab myself fresh bottled water. Y'all know I don't have sponsors. Never have, probably never will, don't care. So I'm going to say, stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive, and as always, stay blessed. Yes, that would have been the other trick question. So hey, I know it's you. Everybody, I would suggest that you go over to Roaming with Rocco. I don't know why this doesn't let me like see your channel. Maybe it's because I'm on here. I don't know. Anyway, check out Roaming with Rocco. He's a really good person. He's been my best friend for 8 years. Yeah, we've known each other for 8 years. You're like, yikes, how that happened. Oh my gosh, yeah, we've known each other for 8 years. And yeah. So, like I said, stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive, and as always, stay blessed, because now I've been on here for an hour, and I will see you guys the next time I'm on. And I'll probably show the rest of this bear because it's just so darned adorable. All right, bye.